Alright, so here I am at my parents' house for Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. I'm well overdue for a 10-month video. 10 and a half months, November 22nd. So, 10-month and Happy Thanksgiving video. That aside, um, I think I've hit that point where the changes are less apparent now. Like, facial hair spreading. I'm starting to notice more cheek hair. It's sparse, so it's not really something. But if I don't shave for a day, you can see hair down my jawline, really underneath my chin. I'm starting to get more like back here. And as you may be able to see, I don't have great lighting at my parents' house. Um, you may be able to see some acne, but for the most part, it's fading again. That's probably more so to do with my diet at this point, and less so to do with the hormones. Um, Also, as I'm turning my head, you may be able to see sort of just the hairline. Some of that, if I can move my hair, I'm in need of a haircut, but you can definitely see it squared off, and probably the same over here. Um, I was mentioning to my girlfriend the other day that it's funny that my voice has stopped dropping. I think it's leveled off, but with that, I've gotten used to it being at this depth, and seems like it's not deep anymore. Like it it isn't changing anymore, so it doesn't sound deep. If that makes sense. That aside, I was kind of reflecting the last few days after watching some other videos and whatnot about um, things I've noticed about myself just beyond physical changes. And people always talk about how the uh, the first year is just like a really big development emotionally and mentally as well, and it definitely has been. Um, not something. It's not something that I think could have been explained to me before I started taking hormones, but more so reaching for the right words. I didn't want to make notes on it because I didn't want it to be sort of a rehearsed thing, but I guess I've just noticed that I'm more comfortable with myself. Starting off the videos, even that part, starting off the videos, I was hesitant to do so, and I started recording them for myself, and with the possibility that I might eventually post them on YouTube. But it was kind of like, well, I'm opening myself up to a lot of ridicule. I'm also opening myself up to a lot of support. But here's the pros and here's the cons to doing it, and my own personal reasons for posting the videos. And now it's just a part of what I do. I'm comfortable with it. I go to work. I had to conduct some interviews with some people that are, well, potential people I'd be supervising, and it doesn't bother me. I just lay it out like, this is who I am, and I'm here at work and I'm out at work, and that's it. And just kind of laying that out for people, it's like, it's just who I am. And I'm more comfortable now than I realized that I probably was for the majority of my life. Thinking about when I was in high school, I got to college, I was a little more comfortable with myself. High school was just a rough time for everybody. But still, it wasn't quite, I wasn't comfortable talking in public, and I would try to purposely lower my voice as best that I could for not having hormones, and it was rough. And I mean, that was really part of the motivation. Like, if I don't feel like I can talk in public and I don't feel comfortable being me, just down to the point where I can't have a conversation with a clerk or a cash register person, then that's a problem with just functioning in my daily life. And that was one of the small things out of many that motivated me, made me realize that it's time to start, as opposed to any earlier in my life. Um, that aside, I'm more comfortable with, I think, with my gender and with my sexuality as well. Those things they're very different, and yet at the same time they're intertwined in a way. And when I say my gender, I'm not just talking about my masculinity, but my femininity as well. As far as, not trying to reject that part and not trying to forget where it is that I came from. And that relates more to the motivation to start this sort of stream of consciousness, really, about my gender and sexuality. I mean, I had watched another guy's video recently that really got me thinking about that stuff and realizing that, I I never wanted to be that person in any aspect of my life that forgot where I came from, and I try to hold on to that. Like, don't be scared of who it is that I want to be. And one of my favorite quotes, and I may quote it wrong now, of course, but it was something to the effect of, "Don't try to be anything but what you are, and try to be that perfectly." And that's been a big, big part of my life, and I'm just happy with where I am now. It's been a good change. It's been a positive change for myself. So let's see. I'm gonna have 11 months in a few weeks, so maybe I'll see you guys at 11 and a half months around Christmas, or maybe I'll actually do it on time. Who knows?